I'm Heyzeus, and this video is about how Valve designed Operation Broken Fang to take advantage of the CSGO community and why it worked. Sponsored by Skinport, the easy-to-use skins marketplace where you can sell your skins for real cash, more about them later. So, whenever Valve releases a new operation for CSGO, there is always a group of people who come out and start complaining that the new operation is the worst one yet. It's like clockwork, and Broken Fang has definitely been no exception. There's been a lot of people out there with very vague complaints about why this one is clearly the worst one ever. Now, I don't want to pretend that I think that Operation Broken Fang was exactly the most amazing one in CSGO's history. I've got my complaints. I mean, Valve is a company that's making $2.5 million a day from CSGO cases or something like that. So how is it that they can't balance premium mode properly or give us a co-op mission each week? Come on, what are they doing with all that money? But there is one part of the operation that they did more or less perfectly, and in many respects, it's also the most important part of the operation, and it's what we're going to be focusing on. So, what makes an operation an operation? What are people paying for when they buy that operation pass? Well, it's really only two things. One is the upgradable coin you get to keep as a kind of souvenir, and the other is the skins. And out of the two, I think the skins are probably the most important. Every operation since Bravo has followed a pretty similar approach. Basically, you get a special operation case plus some exclusive operation collections. Recently, we've had some extra goodies thrown in as well, but at the end of the day, the cases and the collections have always been the most popular part. A lot of operation cases have had famous items in them. Operation collections have always had some of CSGO's most famous skins, and over the past 2 years, some of these skins have been getting kind of expensive. There's less and less of them around and more players who want them, which has been leading to insane things like the factory new Dragon Lore reaching $9,000 cash, and it's still going up by the way. And while this has been happening, a lot of people have been getting into investing in CSGO items. You can see it most clearly with the major stickers. Every time Valve releases a new set, the amount people would buy skyrocketed. And a big part of the reason so many people are getting in on this is that so far they've been making consistent profits, and for now at least, the demand only looks like it's going up. Now, Valve didn't make CSGO skins for investors. Investing is a byproduct, but they definitely know it's going on, and that's where we get back to Operation Broken Fang. Because it seems like Operation Broken Fang was designed specifically to take advantage of this, and according to the numbers at least, it's worked. It's worked really well. So let's have a closer look. Firstly, we're gonna start with the big stuff, the really high-end skins, your D-Lores, your Sapphires, your Hows, your Medusas, rare skins with insane price tags, status pieces, something only a few people own, but a lot of people aspire to. But why are players willing to spend so much money on these things in the first place? Well, often it's because they're discontinued. There's only a limited number that will ever exist, and that makes the people who buy them confident they're going to keep their value and maybe even keep on going up, which they've been doing recently. And this scarcity is a big part of what's been driving the skin economy as a whole, and Valve played straight into it with Operation Broken Fang. And the first way they did this was actually by not doing something. During the previous operation, Shattered Web, Valve had introduced 3 new collections: the Norse collection, the St. Mark collection, and the Canals collection. Super popular, super expensive, super nice looking, but when Shattered Web ended, people didn't know whether Valve would be bringing back these skins for the next operation. It was a big asterisk, and it put a lot of people off buying them. But when Operation Broken Fang launched, the community got its answer. These skins were gone, and in their place were 3 brand new collections instead, which sent a really clear message to investors. The skins you see here, after the operation, are going to be gone. They're going to be gone forever, they're not coming back, so if you want them, you better get them while the operation is on. And people definitely got them. Just compare the numbers with Shattered Web. If we look at the top 3 skins from that operation, there is 3,150 Orb Gungnir's, 2,700 AK Wild Lotuses, and 2,700 Orb Princes. But if we look at the top 3 Broken Fang skins, there's 7,600 Orc Fades, 3,000 AK X-Rays, and 1,800 M4 Welcome to the Jungles, about 50% more, and that gap is only going to get bigger. But the skins are only half the story here, and the other half is the case. Operation Broken Fang gave us the Operation Broken Fang case, and it seemed like most people liked it. It had some cool new skins and it had some cool new gloves. It was generally pretty good. But it also came as something that no case had ever had before, an unwritten promise that it was going to be discontinued once the operation was over. Why? Because that's what happened to the Operation Shattered Web case, and even though that case wasn't a great investment, this was still a massive signal to investors to buy, and it seems like that's kind of what they've been doing. I mean, think about this. During the entire operation, it's been profitable by a pretty big margin to complete the passes and use the stars to get cases. There's been plenty of stories about people using hundreds of bot accounts to farm huge numbers of cases, but the price of the cases stayed pretty flat. And while we don't know exactly why that's happened, it's probably because investors are just buying so many of them. And to me, both these things kind of look like Valve is trying to socially engineer its customers into investing heavily in each operation. They're trying to build up confidence, trying to build up a predictable format, and trying to keep their players, quite literally, invested into the game's success. And I've got to say, I think that's a good strategy. But it also reaches further than just this. One of the major changes they made with Operation Broken Fang compared to Shattered Web is that rather than getting drops through a progression system, you can now select the drops you want from a store. And while I have a real soft spot for Shattered Web's system, the Broken Fang system does make it miles easier to get the drops you wanted. You weren't forced to get a bunch of worthless stickers and graffitis anymore. Now, this system was probably intended as a bit of an experiment. I don't know whether they'll keep it for the next operation or not, although it is definitely more user-friendly, so I think there's a good chance they will. But either way, it also created a problem, because with their new system of drops, if they put the Operation Pass on sale, it was going to tank the price of pretty much all the Operation skins, because there'd be such huge profits in farming the pass at that point, and that is obviously not ideal if you want people to feel confident enough to invest in your skins. So Valve's response was pretty simple. For the first time since 2016, the pass didn't go on sale, and I don't feel like that was an accident, and I don't feel like anything else about this operation was really an accident either. Having people invest in in-game items might seem like one of those dumb oddities of the digital age, but if you're a games dev, this is exactly what you want. If someone's invested their money in your game, they're going to be investing their time in your game as well, and they're going to be telling other people about the game too. And if you legitimately want your game to have long-term success, this is exactly what you want. And I'm surprised more games developers don't do it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, massively appreciated. And a big thank you to Skinport for sponsoring this channel. Skinport is a marketplace that allows you to sell your skins for real cash. Now, the great thing about this website is that you can buy skins here for much less than you have to pay on the Steam market. Just log in through Steam and you can buy items right away on your credit card without any need to deposit first. So if you're looking to get skins and get them cheap, this is the place to buy. This is a great marketplace. I've used it for years now. I love it. And you can find a link to it in the pinned comment. Anyway, that's it from me. As always, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Heyzeus. Thanks for watching. See ya.